Hello everyone, this is the video lecture for College Algebra Math 1414 Section 8.4 Non-Linear Systems of Equations. I'm just going to put systems. Non-linear systems, what does that mean? We had simple stuff, this is now not simple stuff. It's not too bad though. If you could do partial fraction decomposition, then you could do anything. Yes, I had to do a little laugh in the middle there because I can't even do it, apparently. I get things wrong just like the rest of us. Okay, moving on. First problem. Notice that it does not have just these guys. It includes the x squares. That's why it's not linear, because there's more stuff. And now we have to solve. Well, this is actually not too bad because y equals this and y equals that. So they're also equal to one another. And immediately, when I start doing the math, I'm going to minus x squared on both sides. And guess what? Boom, it's gone. And we're down to a very simple equation. 5 does not look good. Okay, I'm going to minus 2x on both sides. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So 3x is equal to a negative 6. And thus x is equal to negative 2. If I have x equals negative 2, I'm going to take the bottom one, I guess. Y is equal to negative 2 squared plus 2 times negative 2 minus 15. That's a calculator. Actually, I did the top one, not the bottom one. Let's verify that it'll still work. Just doing the math here, and yes, it does. It's the same answer as the other guy, negative 15. Cool. So yeah, y is equal to negative 15. And we have to put it back in that format that they wanted. If you remember, in the curlies, we're going to use xy coordinates in parentheses. That's a point form. Ordered pair is what they call it. Ordered pair. X and Y, X and Y, X and Y. All right. Well, that was the first one, and it wasn't too bad. Cool. I think we can do this. So let me write up the next guy right quick. That's an x minus y is equal to negative 3. Yeah, I don't think we can do this. Of course we can do this. I'm going to add the y and add the 3 to both sides. So we get actually this guy. And I'm going to take this and plug it in. And so I got x squared plus x plus 3 all squared is equal to 185. Now, what I need to do is FOIL this guy out. I'm going to show you the step, just so that you know what I'm actually doing, though at this point I'm sure you could do it without me showing you that. I got x squared plus the 6x plus the 9 when I FOIL that guy out. FOIL. FOIL. These guys don't cancel. They actually combine. And I'm going to move the 185 to the other side. So I got 9 minus 185 is a negative 176. One thing that immediately pops out to me is that I could take a 2 out of all these guys. Divide by 2, and I got a negative 88. I'm wondering, what two numbers multiply to the 88 but add up to the 3? And I'm thinking, and I'm wondering, and I'm thinking 88, well, that must be 8 and 11. So what about a positive 11 and a negative 8? Wouldn't that make a 3? Yep. And so I get my two answers now. X equals negative 11, x equals 8. Cool. And we're done. No, not at all. Yeah, so we have x equals negative 11, and then we have x is equal to 8. I now have to find the y value for each one of these individually. And sometimes you might even get another 2 answers from those. Let's not go that far. If you remember, we had a simple formula up above for y. Right there. This guy. And so I'm just going to plug that in. So I got negative 11 plus the 3 makes a negative 8. Negative 8. Just verifying here. And then I got an 8 plus 3 makes an 11. Now, I'm not saying that every time you get 8s and 11s and 11s and 8s, but I guess in this particular case you did, and that's nice. Once in a while, they're nice to us. Notice that in the curlies, we have a lot going on. We have to actually put a comma between these two answers. There we go. All right. Next one, I got x times y is equal to 90, and then I got 3x minus y is equal to negative 3. If it couldn't get any worse, now I'm multiplying. Move these guys around. Y is equal to 3x plus 3. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in right here. So I got x times 3x plus 3 is equal to 90. Distribute. 3x squared plus 3x is equal to 90. Move the 90 over. So now it's a negative 90. Factor a 3 out from everybody. And I'm wondering what two numbers factor this guy? What two numbers are going to multiply to the 30 but add up to a 1? And that's going to be 6 and 5. So positive 6, negative 5. And so I got my two answers now, negative 6, positive 5. Cool. Let me go ahead and write those out over here. So I've got a negative 6, positive 5. And so here we go. What's my y formula? Did we have one of those? Yeah. Y is equal to 3x plus 3, just from right there. And so I got y is equal to 3 times negative 6 plus 3, negative 18 plus the 3, negative 15. And on this side, 3 times the 5 plus the 3, 15 plus the 3, 18. And so my two answers, negative 6, negative 15, comma, and over here 5, 18. Again, inside the curlies, and all in the one big box. I'm going a little fast on the math because it's basic math. This is not like the partial fraction decomposition stuff. It's just repetitive here. Like this guy. Look, this looks kind of similar-ish, doesn't it? Okay. So let's solve. I think the best way here, well, best. I think the only way that I made it work for me is that I solve for y as 2 over x. Notice that if I divide by x on both sides, yeah, that's not very friendly though. I'm going to plug it in. Yeah, I'm going to plug it in. But it's not very friendly. Something's not feeling right with it. It's okay. We'll figure it out. So distribute the square. I know that sounds weird. Don't do that all the time. But both of them get the square. And now what? This goes way back to chapter 2. I actually multiply by whatever's in the denominator to everything, to every term. I'm doing this because I got now x squared times x squared. I got 4x squared over x squared. Then I got 5x squared. These guys cancel, so I don't have any more denominator. The problem is that I now have an x to the 4th and an x squared. Move this guy over. That's what we got. This is actually not too bad. What's going on is that you have x squared squared plus 5 times x squared plus the 4. You could substitute a y, or we already did a y, a z if you want, or an a, or something like that. Regardless, I'm going to be factoring this, and I'm wondering, here, look at these numbers. What two numbers multiply up to the 4 but add up to the 5? That's what I'm really concerned about. This is the middle term. That's that term that we're going to be using inside my factors. X squared, not just x squared. And so what two numbers multiply and add? Well, it's 4 and 1 in this particular case. Why did I get a minus sign right there? Oh, look, I messed up again. Ah, I do that all the time. When I move this over to the other side, that's a negative. That's a negative. And so then these both are going to be negatives. Ah, you didn't warn me about that. I know it's a recording, so I guess you couldn't have said anything. But watch to the end. Use a pencil. You knew that from the last recording that I just did. The last homework, I messed up. Something just like that. Okay. So yeah, what two numbers here and there? Negative, so they're both negative. Okay. Whew. So if you see this here, I can actually factor this guy down into a plus or minus 2. And I can factor this guy down into a plus or minus 1. And then I got 4 answers. I got x is equal to 2. X is equal to negative 2. X is equal to 1. X is equal to negative 1. And then I need to solve for y on each of these. What was my formula for y? This guy. 2 over x. Let me just put that on the side here. Y is equal to 2 over x. So then my y is equal to 2 over 2. Y is equal to 2 over negative 2. Y is equal to 2 over 1. Y is equal to 2 over negative 1. Give me a little bit more room. There we go. So my points, 2, 1, comma, negative 2, negative 1, comma, 1, 2. That's an equal sign there. Comma, negative 1, negative 2. Whew, man. That was big. Here, put some curlies on it and make it look pretty. All right. And that's why I have notes. That's why I've done all this beforehand, so that whenever I'm doing it, I can check and say, oh no, I messed up. And that's okay. It happens. As long as I correct it, right? That's the main thing. Okay. Here's the next one. Where do I start? I'm actually going to do a funny little technique. I'm going to put a big old plus sign right here and see what happens. Yep, the addition method. What I actually get is 2x squared, and here these cancel, make a 0, leaving me behind with 45 minus 27 is 18. So then I got 2x squared is equal to 18. Divide by 2 on both sides, and you got x squared is equal to 9. And if you square root both sides, remember plus and minus, 3. So I've got my two answers, 3 and negative 3. Yeah, so what do I do now? Where's my y formula, right? Where's my y formula? I didn't have one. So you can pick whatever you like. I'm going to use the top equation, I guess. So I got 3 squared plus y squared is equal to 45. And I got negative 3 squared plus y squared is equal to 45. Just pick the top one because I think it's easier, I guess. I don't know. 9 plus y squared is equal to 45. I'm going to minus the 9 on both sides. 45 minus 9 is 36. And so what I get here, square root both sides, I get plus or minus 6. And if you do the same math, you notice that it will go to positive 9 as well. Move it over, blah, 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 and you'll get the same exact answer here. So here's the problem. I actually had 2 answers for this single x, and I got 2 answers for that x. That's 2 and 2 makes 4 answers total. 3, 6. 3, negative 6. Negative 3, 6. Negative 3, negative 6. Whew, man, that was a lot. Next problem. We got a lot more problems. 8, 4, 25. 5 does not look good. There we go. X squared plus y squared is equal to 34. And then I got this x minus 8 squared plus y squared is equal to 50. What am I going to do here? I'm going to put a big old minus sign here in the front. Because why not? X squared minus x minus 8 all squared. That's what I get. Nothing changes. You can't cancel. You can't do nothing. Don't change anything. I just put a minus sign by doing them. That's it. But x squared minus, I'm sorry, y squared minus y squared should be a 0. And then 34 minus 50 is a negative 16. Watch out, because that minus sign distributes to every single piece. I know you couldn't do anything here, but you can do it for these guys. That's why I chose to do it that way. So I got x squared minus, and you can see that there's actually just the two factors here. You can guess what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to FOIL that guy out to make x squared minus 16x plus 64. But again, notice I got the negatives here, so I got to distribute it still. Just changing all the signs. These guys cancel. Yay! That's an x right there. I'm going to add the 64 to both sides. So got 16x is equal to 48. Divide by the 16. And x is equal to... actually, I did a whole different problem. No, I didn't. I didn't do a whole different problem. It's just so much work here. X is equal to 3. Cool. So, I got x equals 3. And now what? I don't know. Let's use the top one, I guess. So I got 3 squared plus y squared is equal to 34. That's 9 plus y squared is equal to 34. Minus 9 on both sides. 34 minus 9 is 25. You can already see what's going on. Square root both sides. You get a plus or minus 5. So I got one x, but from that x, I got 2 different y's. So I still got 2 answers. I got my 3, 5, and I got my 3, negative 5. Curlies, boxes, whatever it takes. Another, because why not? I got x cubed plus y is equal to 0. And I got negative 3x squared plus y is equal to 0. Solve. If you see 0, 0 on the end, one of your answers is automatically 0, 0. I don't know the rest of them, but there you go. It's here, because you're going to go on the higher math, right? It's called homogeneous. Homogeneous. It's spelled the same way as homogeneous, like the milk. But homogeneous means there's no constant term. X, y intercept equal to 0 kind of stuff. There's a lot more to it, but the point is we got 0 as my result here, so 0 is my answer. Cool. What's the other one? Is there another one? So notice we got a y and a y, and I am just way tempted to put a big old plus sign right here. So then basically, not a plus sign. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not a plus sign. No, 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 no. A minus sign. Watch what happens. I got x cubed minus a negative. Makes a positive. 3x squared there. You can't do anything about that. I mean, that's it. Cool. Whatever. There's your first term. Whatever. Plus, and then you got these guys. Y minus y is 0. And 0 minus 0 is a 0. And so, I got x cubed plus 3x squared is equal to 0. I can factor out an x squared. And that's where we get this x equals 0 business. Right there. And then we also get x equals negative 3. We got our 2 answers. I plug them into the top, I guess. So 0 cubed plus y is equal to 0. You can already guess it. Y is equal to 0. Again, already had it. And then plugging it in here, I got negative 3 cubed plus y is equal to 0. Well, here we're going to get a number. Notice that cube makes there's 3 negative signs. So you're actually going to retain that sign there. When I add to the other side, I get a positive 27. And so my other answer is negative 3, positive 27. There you go. Okay. Oh, you thought we were done? No. No. We got word problems now. You like word problems? Okay. I don't like them just because I can't write them very well. So the difference between squares of two numbers is 24. 4 times the square of the first number increased by the square of the second number What? You lost me back at the difference. Is 101. All right. Wow. What's going on here? We're going to make this into math. Difference means subtraction. Difference between means subtraction. Squares of two numbers. Here we go. How about x squared and y squared? Subtraction. Subtraction. Is equals 24. Okay. It says 4 times the square of the first number, 4x squared, increase, what is that? Plus, square of the second number is equal to 101. Well, there you go. To solve this one, I'm going to do the big old plus signs. I got 5x squared. Those cancel out, make a 0. And then I got 125, I think. Divide both sides by 5. So I got 25 square root plus or minus 5. And so then I set this up 5, negative 5. And when you plug it into, I don't know, the top one right there, you got 5 squared minus the minus the y squared is equal to 24. 25 minus y squared is equal to 24. I'm going to move these two around. So y squared is equal to 1. Yes. So then we get plus or minus 1 for my y's. You'll get the same thing here as well. So you actually get, for this guy, 2 answers. For this guy, 2 answers. There's 4 answers total. Here we go. 5, 1. 5, negative 1. Negative 5, 1. Negative 5, negative 1. Whoa. There we go. Whew. That's crazy. Okay, well, we did it, though, so that's good. Another word problem, because we can. There's a planet that has a path of, here we go, 625x squared plus 25y squared is equal to 15625. And then we have a comet has a path of y squared equal to x squared minus 25. And where do they intersect? Or where could they intersect? We don't really know if they're going to hit one another. We just want to know when they're in the same path and they have the possibility of hitting one another. This one's actually a pretty long problem. I'm tempted to just skip it, honestly, with you. But, you know, I like you, so we're going to do it. You don't even know me. How could you say you like me? I don't know. I'm just thinking of all the weird stuff. So, this is what it looks like. Oh, my goodness. Let's go ahead and square this guy. And squaring, you do not distribute your square. No. This is actually a FOIL moment. If you like to do 2 or 3 steps in the middle, go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and cut to the end here. And it looks something like, ooh, that's a 625 actually. Yep. Things are going to cancel here in a minute. Distribute. $25 times 50 is 1250, and then 25 times the 6 625 is actually 15,625, which is really nice because these guys cancel. And these guys combine to make 25x to the fourth minus 625x squared is equal to 0. Let me verify, because that was a lot. Yeah. I did it a little differently on my paper here, but let me just keep going. I'm going to divide everything by 25. Let's just see what happens. That cancels. That's still a 0. So I got x to the fourth minus, and 625 divided by 25 is, yep, it's a 25. So we are back on track. That's what I have in my notes. Okay, good. Cool. Solve. Well, we get x squared we could pull out, leaving x squared minus 25 behind. This here, you already know, is x equals 0. And you already know this one as well. This is actually a plus or minus 5. And so we get two different answers there. All right, now we need a y formula. Y equals what? Right here. They gave me one. That's nice of them. Thank you, MyMathLab. And so I got 0 minus 25. I got 25 minus 25. And I've got, oops, getting a little hasty there. And I've got 25 minus 25. So here's my 3 points. 0, negative 25. 5 comma 0. And negative 5 comma 0. It's actually a pretty cool problem. I have no clue what it actually is, but we got some ellipse, and then we got like this comet coming in. Oh man, I can't remember if it's this way or that way. I'm gonna let it go. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna do this. There we go. So it could collide there, or it could collide there or there. Something kind of like that. Okay. Moving on. We still have more. 57. So it says we have a rectangle, x and y, and the perimeter is 42, and the area is 108, and they say find the dimensions of the rectangle. Solve for x and y. Well, perimeter, there's two x's. See, there's an x and there's a y as well. Two x's and two y's, and that's equal to the 42. But my area is x times y is equal to 108. I'm actually not going to do any more. You go and do it. But this is it, honestly. We've done this before, divide by the 2's or solve for x or y, plug it in. I got other things I got to do with you, like this. 8, 4, 61. So this problem confused me for a long time. So let's talk about it. Got this big rectangle thing with a cutout here. Something about a rooftop or something, I think. This right here is x, 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 and this distance here is x. Let me use a different color. So we got y, 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 and this distance is, of course, also a y. And they say find the area, well, solve for x and y. So they give me the area of this inside right here is equal to 72, and the full perimeter is equal to 42. Go. Well, this one's a little tricky. If you think of the area being just this big old rectangle, let's just say I fill that in, it would be x squared. So it's x squared is my normal big square thing. But I'm going to subtract this little guy. Notice again, I just have a little square that's going to be a y squared. And that ends up being a 72. For my perimeter, this is where it gets a little weird. Let me use a different color. I've got an x, an x, an x. Okay, so I got 3 x's. And then I've got this y, a y, and a y. So I got 3 y's. And this is where it gets weird. What is this distance here? notice I'm kind of helping you out here. It's actually a full x distance. It's a full x distance, remove the y. A full x distance, but remove one of the y's. And that's equal to your 42. Now, this will combine here, and this will combine there. And so what I get is x squared minus y squared is equal to 72. And then I got 4x plus 2y is equal to 42. And then I just tell you to go and figure it out again. Yay! I mean, honestly, that's really the setup here. Whew, that was a lot. So hopefully you got something out of all this, because I sure did. And that's all I got. Thank you very much, and have a great day.